Country people, now welcome. This na business story one they bring from iBrandTV studio inside Lagos. For our big story, federal government changed mind for petrol subsidy matter. Sabi people say Nigerian money debt go reach 44 trillion naira inside 2022. Kenya don comot the lock when they put for passengers flight from Middle East. Ship people for United States don't already fight shipping lines to pay demurrage fees. Welcome now to the main cocoa to read them. My name na Agogo Ayanago. The federal government don't pause the plan to remove fuel subsidy for Nigeria. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, when he talk for one meeting for National Assembly inside Abuja, now he confirmed the story and he said the matter na till further notice. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, for another matter, talk said the federal government they plan to add money for fuel subsidy inside the 2022 budget. The minister yarned this one when he meets with the President of the Senate, Dr. Ahmed Lawan, and other principal officers of the Red Chamber.
All in search of ways and means of ensuring that ordinary Nigerian does not suffer any hardship, that when the subsidy will be removed, eventually it will be at such a point at which the hardship will be very minimal and would have been taken care of by several programs or projects or empowerments. And it's not about NLC. NLC, how many people are NLC or TVC? We are talking about every Nigerian, and NLC is just an organized part of the system.
It is clear to the blind and audible to the deaf that it is not possible at this time for us to remove the subsidy. We know that some naysayers, some political people will try to make political capital out of it, but it is not within the contemplation now of this administration to remove subsidy.
Practically, there is still heightened inflation, and also removal of subsidy will further worsen the situation, thereby imposing more difficulties on the citizens. And Mr. President clearly does not want to do that. So what we have to do now is to continue with the discussions that we're making in terms of putting in place a number of measures, one of which is the deployment of an alternative to the PMS, which is the CND.
Some members of the civil society organization for Edo State don't enter road to reject the plan of the federal government to increase fuel price for the country. Senior reporter iBrandTV, Igboje Ihoria, go give us more story.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
The protesters, under the aegis of the People's Alternative Movement led by former Edo State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Osagio Bariwana, commenced their demands from popular Obavarame Square in Benin City against the proposed increase in fuel price and electricity tariff, amongst other issues affecting Nigerians.
This hardship will not just go away unless it is addressed. Yet again, they want to increase the price of petrol. With the security situation the way it is, with the inflation level and this hardship, let's repair our country. As it is right now, Nigerian crude oil is exported in its crude form and brought back in refined products. There are cost components to that. The cost of transporting the crude oil out, refining it over there, and bringing it back. That is why the price level of petroleum in a country like ours, compared to what citizens pay in other OPEC countries, Nigeria's prices are high.
It's a lazy government that always look back to its people anytime they need money. Every government, first of all, looks inwards. You realize that anytime government thinks that they are broke, it is the people they go to. They forget, for instance, that all over the country, there's no governor that earns less than 300 million naira as security vote. They will not touch those security votes. You forget that the overhead of the National Assembly is enough to fund more than the subsidies they're talking about. So every government, they don't look at themselves. They don't look at the wastages that go on in government. Stephen Orosanye had advocated before now that we should merge MDAs of government so that we can reduce wastages.
The group also brandished banners and placards with descriptions such as "Refine Nigeria oil in Nigeria," "End poverty in the country," "No more hardship," "Say no to electricity hike," and "No to pump price of fuel." The group said any further increase in the price of fuel will not only affect the nation's economy negatively, but further impoverish Nigerians.
Today, as I speak to you, the National Executive Council have proposed 302 naira as the rate at which fuel is to be sold. And we are saying no. What this struggle is all about is to create the long line-term campaign to resist hardship. The pain in this country is becoming too much. Today, what you now find is our people are suffering and they are smiling.
Our demands are very clear. We are tired of hardship. We are tired of poverty. We are tired of insecurity.
The protesters have vowed to put the federal government to check until the nation becomes the Nigeria they wish to live in. Igboji Warrior, reporting for iBrandTV News.
We still did the petrol subsidy matter as one lawyer should say the federal government gas the open for the matter and arrange things well so that them will fit handle the matter of the petrol subsidy. Jide Ologun welcome iBrandTV breakfast show. And I talk this one.
We don't have resources to develop functional refineries, and we are building railway line to Niger Republic. So sometimes I sit back and try not to be swept off my feet on still understanding the definition of government as we learned in secondary school. And here we are now. It's so sad. And I want to ask a simple question. Recently, we came up with the Petroleum Industry Act.
Yes.
And we applauded. It's going to do this, it's going to do
It will
that.
address the challenges in the sector.
NNPC was established April 1, 1977. It's 45 years this year. What has NNPC delivered? So 45 years down the line, towards the end of last year, NNPC was even threatening zero remittance to the Federation account. And that is the major resources we have. There are two types of subsidies. You have the production subsidy, you have the consumption subsidy. Recently, the President of the Senate was worrying and wondering the claim that Nigerians consume 100 million liters of petrol daily. And if that is the claim we have, you can imagine how much the fraudsters, and I repeat, the fraudsters behind the subsidy, how much they make off this nation. The only tool a carpenter has is a hammer. Every challenge in that industry becomes like a nail. And that is what we have with Nigeria now. And a very brilliant question you asked. Let's imagine that in the last 6 years, we've been able to effectively turn around the 4 refineries we have in the country that are state-owned. And we have built at least 5 modular refineries, because it's actually possible to have modular refineries in all the local government areas in the country.
The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, don't clap hand for the Central Bank of Nigeria as they don't start to use e-evaluator and e-invoice when replace hard copy final invoice. The Director General of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Chinyere Almona, yarned this story. As the LCCI talk, the e-evaluator and e-invoicing will help make trade operations fast, increase income through more accurate invoicing, and reduce the time when they go do import and export paperwork. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Companies, OPEC, and all their allies, OPEC Plus, they 122% easy for the Crude Production Control Committee inside December, and it go up from 117% inside November. December compliance among OPEC members go up again, reach 127% as compared to 122% inside November. And non-OPEC consent go up, reach 114% for December from 107% inside November. One Angus survey shows say OPEC Plus comply at 117% inside December with 10 OPEC countries when collect quota show 121% rate and their non-OPEC second reach 110 PC conformity over the period. Sabi people don't explain the CBN Monetary Policy Committee meeting when happened inside Abuja. Chief Executive Officer Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, Dr. Muda Yusuf, when they talk in mind and waiting in they expect from the committee, tell the CBN make them do more for foreign exchange management and inside the macroeconomic environment.
The major issue with the CBN has been the manner in which the CBN is managing the foreign exchange market. That has always been the issue with the IMF, with the World Bank, and even with some domestic analysts. As far as the CBN is concerned, I think that is a major macroeconomic issue that we are dealing with at the moment. So if there is any engagement around the CBN's role in the macroeconomic environment, I think the bigger engagement will be around the foreign exchange management. In other words, there has been a clamor for a flexible exchange rate regime, which the CBN, for some reasons, has been resisting over time. So if there's a shift in that direction, maybe that may meet some of the requirements or address some of those concerns that have been. And of course, on interest rate, perhaps something can happen, but generally, the domestic issues, the domestic policy environment is a much bigger issue as far as attracting capital is concerned. Unless we address those domestic policy environment, especially around the forex, we may not be able to make much progress as far as capital flows is concerned.
For more story one will get for Una, Unilever drop 1,500 workers for the world. We'll give Una the gist when we come back.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Now welcome back. As reports go inside Obodo Africa Tori, travelers from Dubai go fit enter Kenya from today after them Comot the lock when they put for passenger flights when they come from the Middle East country 2 weeks ago. Kenya Civil Aviation Authority Director General Gilbert Kibe said them Comot the lock on Monday midnight and it make travelers of the two countries breathe down. Kenya been stop all passengers flight from the United Arab Emirates January 10 to fight Dubai when ban all passenger flights from Kenya because of fake COVID-19 tests, but it no affect cargo flights. We enter Obodo Ibo now where consumer goods Oga Unilever don hear and say them go drop 1,500 workers worldwide as them they overhaul management and rearrange structure. The Mamite to Domestos maker talk say the 5% cut for their workers not go affect shop floor work inside factories. Unilever they face wahala when them lost 50 billion euros bid to buy part of GlaxoSmithKline and some shareholders they ask for change. The firm gets more than 6,000 people for a UK and Ireland operations. Ship people inside the United States don't ready to challenge shipping lines when pay demurrage fees for Los Angeles and Long Beach ports. Cash-rich container lines they face gbege from shippers when they vex when ready to go court to know who go pay for runaway demurrage fees inside the principal gateway ports for the U.S. The matter go enter court this year after the Federal Maritime Commission when they control the regulation of the U.S. International Ocean Transportation System to benefit U.S. exporters, importers, and the U.S. consumer, give new guidelines for the matter of legal challenges on 28 December 2021, when they mind to make them easy for shipper associations to challenge lines. European markets fall sharply on Monday as fear about military tension between Russia and Ukraine and interest rates go up, and it caused sell-offs. For London, the FTSE 100 fall more than 2.6%, and exchanges for Germany and France fall 4%. But shares for the US stand again and close for positive territory, even as it fall more than 2% before. NATO on Monday said them don't put forces for standby after Russia sent some 100,000 troops and heavy armor go the Ukrainian border. That's all the story we get for Una today for Pidgin News. Mona follow us for more story on all our social media handles. My name na Agogo Ayanago.